qualified employees are not qualified at all. They're coming from housewives that have not worked in a position for 10 years. I'm not sure what's happening between human resources. I'm a little confused. I've offered services and say I would love to participate, help hire, do whatever, but we're not getting anyone qualified coming in that door. And it's kind of disappointing. I don't know if there's confusion, because they'll say, well, there's human resources for sheriff's office, and there's the human resources for Hennepin County, and it seems to go like this. There's no communication.
Yeah, we don't do the hiring process in the sheriff's office. I mean, this is what is confusing to people. If your brother or sister applied to be a telecommunicator or a detention deputy, he would do so in the county of Hennepin. The county of Hennepin screens based on their criteria. Eventually they will send us a list. The list will be pared down, maybe the 30 or the 40, and then we will look at it from there, start to do the backgrounds, et cetera,
et cetera. They look at those keywords that we provide certain keywords, so to speak. So a dispatch could mean I dispatch for a trucking company, I dispatch for a pizza place, I dispatch for whatever. Again, I'm offering to help out, and it seems not to go anywhere. And I would hope that
I'll let you help out, depending on who you want to talk to.
I mean, I've talked to the, our current lieutenant.
So it's falling on deaf ears is what you tell them.
Somewhat. Because they, I think, don't understand either how it all works. And I would like to see the availability for us to talk to human resource, someone from the sheriff's office, talk to them. Because even when they go recruit, we sent someone, and what we saw recruitment, human resources said, no, we don't want that guy. You know, I mean, it's difficult because these folks, we're stagnant right now. There's some that should be on the floor, and it's 6 months down the line, 7 months down the line, and there's nothing happening.
You can either, I'm not sure how to do this.
So, I mean, I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. I mean,
well, I'm not sure what you're asking me. If you're asking me if you can have an opportunity to sit down with human resources and Ray Fiscaleros, I'm happy to arrange it for you.
And I did ask if the union could. And
I'll arrange it for you.
I was told no.
We asked the wrong people.
Well,
you asked up to your chain. Now you're here.
I was,
if you
yeah,
want to ask an
chain.
SU union, and I'll arrange it. Ask Ben or Mike or somebody to arrange it. I'll take care of it.
I did go up my chain. So.
One of the ideas I have had, and
a lot of times it doesn't make it to me. That's what I'm trying to
no,
tell
I
you.
understand. I understand that. I know I got shots out. I know that.
We haven't talked to Hannah about this, but I have talked to a couple other employers. There's a number of job fairs, and then of course there's the Correctional Association conference and all that. And we've offered to jointly set up booths that would be, I mean, obviously we'd want, our logo there and people to know that, we're the union there, but it would be still predominantly looking at making people toward employers that we represent, or where we represent people too. So that might be a possibility down the road too.
Okay.
Sheriff, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's like the Katie Couric interview.
Over the last few years, the detention deputy numbers have decreased as the license has increased. Can you tell me why? And is there a promoting to raise the numbers of detention versus the license back at least to a general area that it used to be?
Yeah, well, it's a great question. You have a unique opportunity, is what I was trying to tell you, what I've explained to Mike. Look, folks, make no mistake. We went from 817 employees in 2008, that was the high in this agency, and we're sitting at, what, 746 is our number? We actually have about 755, but we only have enough by what the county board allows us to spend. We're about 80.2% personnel funded, so 80% of our budget goes to pay salaries, etc. As senior folks retire and we hire younger folks, they come in at a lower wage so we can get up there. So we go from 746, 747 to about 755 or so. The bottom line is this: we're down 70 employees over the last 4 years. 70. The majority of those employees came from support services and detention deputy ranks. Sworn deputies have not gone up in numbers. Their cap, their authorized strength is 342. They're sitting at about 12 below that number today as I walk over here. You're sitting at about 7 or 8 below your, again, what I call authorized strength, or a number as we give the county board. And we tried to hire 16, and we got 10. We will hire again in the fall, not just the 6 that I'm missing, but then the other 12 that we're missing as well. And like I said, I'd like to hire 17 the first of the year if the county board approves our budget. That's 17 in addition to what you have now in terms of your authorized strength. We're 70 people short. People are strapped all over this agency. All over. The thing with the JO is you've got a static flow of people, right? Your numbers don't go up and they don't go down in terms of your clients or inmates or whatever you want to call them, miscreants. You have duty posts that you have to fill, right? And those are mandated by the sheriff, they're mandated by the Department of Corrections. County board doesn't want to acknowledge it, which is why you end up with this forced overtime at the end of the day. We have to fill those shifts. We've made our case to the county board about the funding for detention deputy ranks. What I'm asking is now join me, MNPEA, join me as a union in going to the county board and making the request to adequately staff your ranks and the sheriff's office for the number of people who come into the jail and the risk factors associated with working in the jail. Okay?
Yeah, we do have plans on
Good.
setting up another meeting with commissioners too. So.
Good.
So it would help if Laszlo and I move our retirement up to
I know. What kind
For
of
what we
package
pay, you
can
guys
they
should
give
hire
us?
4 people, so let's let the membership vote. What do you think? All in favor, say aye. You're out.
Not
Phil.
you, Phil. With all that's being said about qualified applicants, is that people can stay in effect. I mean, I've seen dozens of military people who, U.S. Army, USMC, can't get a job here because they have a tattoo that's visible on their arm, even though they'd be probably as qualified, if not more qualified than some of the applicants already. Is that going to change anytime in the near future?
I don't know. You know, I have a meeting tomorrow morning with General Nash because we really want to hire soldiers. All these people returning from the military, we love it. We love the folks who are you know, former active or currently in the Guard or the reserves. We've never shied away. We encourage it. We try and help them the best we can. I have a meeting tomorrow with General Nash. He's the acting general for Minnesota. I have a good working relationship. You know as well as I do that even the military now has put some restrictions on where their tattoos are. That says a big thing. I don't know. I'm open to the discussion. I want to talk with Nash, General Nash tomorrow about what they're doing and why they're doing it. Other law enforcement agencies have done what we've done. We weren't the first. We're not the last. But we also know with, you know, the folks who are coming out of the service that it may be a little more problematic. I just need some more information about it. It's not a closed discussion by any means. By any means.
I got one, I'll set you up here perfectly. As an employee
Tee it up, baby.
and a resident of Hennepin County, why should I vote for you and why should I remain employed under you?
Well, let me answer the second one first, right? I think, I'm going to answer the first one. This is what I tell people in this county. Look, how many of you live in the county? Yeah? But certainly, even those of you that don't live here have an extended network of family, friends, and relatives, et cetera, right? I can count my family going back. I've got over 140 people just in Minneapolis itself, the Minneapolis area, from my extended family, not that I have influence over. This is what I'd say. When I came in here in 2007, what I said we were going to do is what we've done. We have allocated all of our resources to the reduction of violent crime. Crime is down in this county 36% collectively, the violent crime, the rapes, the robberies, the murder, the aggravated assault. We have worked, even in a tough economy, to maintain relatively stable in terms of the working environment and or the level of personnel. Some agencies have taken drastic reductions. Our reduction of our workforce was about 8 to 9%. Not pretty, but I also think the county board owes us some markers to come back and say, you know, it's time to reconsider. Time number one, to pay our employees what they should be paid, and secondly, then increase the number of employees concurrent with the workflow. I think those are important. You don't read about our folks on the front page of the paper every day. You don't read about it on the 9 and 10 o'clock news, right? You don't see them. People here act respectfully. People do things the right way. We spend a lot of time on training. We spend a lot of time on compassion, dignity, respect. Those are the orders of the day for the men and women who work not just in the correctional facility, but across this agency. And we have a few people that slip up once in a while, but I think we've been fair as employers, right? We use a number of last chance agreements to our benefit, including audit communications, and folks who work in the detention facility, and people who are sworn deputies across the agency. We're not looking to jam somebody up. We're looking for people to do this job with honor and integrity, and to do their job each and every day as the public would expect. Nothing more, nothing less. I think what you expect from the sheriff and my command staff is an honest, straightforward answer. We don't shy away. I never go to a group, whether it's today coming over here and paying my respects to you by appearing here and allowing to be filmed and the whole bit, but at least I'm here. And anytime I have a chance in front of our employees in this agency, you'll get likewise. We don't shy away from the tough questions, ever.
We got maybe one more. Time for one more? Sure.
In the 5 years since you've had the 28-day schedule, I know personally a lot of deputies that have left. In their exit interviews, I know the schedule has come up. I mean, have you guys taken that data of why people are leaving and look at, if you don't want to move from the 28, I mean, it's obviously your decision, but maybe modifying the 28 to make it more employee friendly for the new people. Just an example, I'm on the bottom third of the seniority lines on day shift. Over the holidays, I had to work 17 days with 2 single days off. And for me, all the way down to the bottom of the day shift, we all pretty much got the same schedule. You know, I know I work in a correctional facility on shift work. It's not always going to be fair, but I feel like I really got screwed there, to be honest.
Hey, I don't know you personally, but you're not Rick, are you?
No.
It's not the guy that.
No, but he's pretty much the same guy.
Oh, they were telling me about somebody who has not had a weekend off.
Yeah, and I don't get weekends off, but I don't put in for them right now. But the point is that even new people on middle shift or where most of the new people are dog watch, they're going to run into the same issues. Where they got to work 8 days in a row, get a day off, maybe have to work 6 more, get a few more days off. That kind of stuff, the message is sent is that your personal life is not important. The job comes first, your personal life is literally like hanging by 2 fingers off the back burners, laying in the back seat. And while, like I said, you know, it's your choice to put this on a schedule, but can we look at maybe until it gets changed, maybe look at trying to make it more equitable where people can have a personal life.
Well, I think you got 2 things going for you. First off, you're right, it's not fair. It's not fair. But you got 2 things going for you. One, you have the opportunity over the next several weeks through your union and the other unions to come up with a schedule that works. All I've asked at the end of the day is that you support that schedule. Some people want 8s, some want 10s, some want 12s. No big surprise, some want 2, you know? I mean, there is no consensus across the board. Secondly, understand that while we might set the schedule as management, the terms and conditions of that schedule was also set in joint agreement with the union. We left it up to them. You've got a new union on board, a union that understands your membership, a union that's willing to fight for your membership and do things the right way, and that's important. And I know you and I have not had a chance to sit down and talk about this before, but ask around. I think you'll find a different way of doing business with MNPEA versus the union that was here before, and the relationship with the sheriff's administration on how to resolve issues that, hey, isn't anybody's favorite. Okay?
Well, and one of these I've stated too, I don't know if you were here earlier or not, but I had talked to Rich directly on the phone and to Mike and to Tracy Martin. And one of our expectations would be that we are looking at members across the board, and we are considering the fact that I came out of corrections too, so I mean, no, I get it. And you get killed. Now, obviously seniority will play an effect. You can't have as good, you gotta work your way up, but I think your input and everyone that's at more junior needs to be input into these people too. So.
Well, this also goes for hiring. If I have a choice between Henry County Sheriff's Office and say Crystal PD, I have a friend that works there. He works 3/12 and he has to work every other Saturday. And he's got a set schedule. He can look at his calendar 6 months from now and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna have these days off. I can go on a trip somewhere. with the current schedule, I don't know if I'm gonna get those days off. And our schedules now, I mean, obviously it's a contract issue that should have been worked out when we implemented the schedule, at least a letter of understanding. We get down to shift it, you know we're working 2 weeks out.
Right
I'm
right
just
now,
suggesting that there's more that went into it than maybe what you were aware of. Again, I'm prohibited from communicating with all of you about these issues individually or collectively, correct? So I have to resolve it through the union membership, or the leadership, I should say. And I can't help what the leadership sometimes tells the members or not tells the members.
Right now, though, your vehicle, and it's wide open again to all of the employees. Get to the committee, put
Yeah.
these concerns in, and look, and tell them you expect to see what these patterns look like, and have your input. One more quick thing, wait.
Just a quick comment. You stated that the union had input into the new schedule where it was implemented. I was there, Phil was there, Tom was there. When we sat down at those initial meet and confers, the chief deputy, Mike Carlson, banged his fist on the table. He said, this is a notification, this is not a negotiation. You're going to a 28-day, 8-hour schedule. We will consider no other options. And it's been iron fist ever since. Literally everything but the fact that we went to the 28-day schedule. We had a whole bunch of stuff, and I have the emails from Mike Carlson. Everything that we said was going to be done went out the window, with the exception of the fact that we're on a 28-day schedule. So the union did not have any input. It was an iron fist.
We were not here, I can't attest to
Phil
that.
was. Tom was.
Let's make it quick, we got another candidate.
Another candidate gotta go. Rich, if the legislature approved industrial hemp next year, would you support it if you win the election?
On a side note,
You've been asking me this since 1995. You never gives up. I don't know. Smoke it if you have it. If you want to smoke hemp, go ahead. The rest of us are going to get something.
even if we get nabbed in
As
the
the
morning when
sheriff-
we get in,
As the sheriff, would you support the legislative intent?
What? Hey, sure. Look at, I have friends that support that issue, Steve, and you know I have friends that oppose that issue, and you know me, I'm very straightforward. I always support my friends. I'm here to join tonight.
Okay, we do gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
Hey, thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you.